Good morning, YouTube family. It is 12:31 p.m. in the afternoon on Wednesday, August 2nd, 2017. I forgot to update you guys after my last video on how my pre-op appointments were, since that was yesterday. So I'm going to get started with my stats. My heaviest weight recorded was 400 pounds back in 2009. I was able to lose up to 120, over 100 pounds I was able to lose on my own throughout the years. My starting weight at my consultation for surgery was 292 pounds. The day that I started my pre-op liquid diet was Sunday, July 30th, 2017. I weighed in at 283.6. My surgery is scheduled for August 7th, 2017, which is 5 days away. So yesterday, August 1st, I had my pre-op appointments set with my surgeon and my anesthesiologist. 2 birds with 1 stone, pretty much 2 appointments at once. So I just try to put my hair up in a bun. I wouldn't look too crazy. So, my first appointment in the morning was at 11:15 with the anesthesiologist. My surgery is going to be at Wellstar Medical Center through West Georgia Medical Center Hospital up in LaGrange, Georgia. So I met with the anesthesiologist. They did a little bit of blood work. They took 3 tubes of blood. I don't have it with me, it's in my car, but she gave me the cleaning solution to clean my stomach the night before surgery and the morning of. The anesthesiologist wanted me to arrive at the hospital at 10:45 in the morning because my surgery is scheduled for between 1 and 1:30. And I'm not to wear any jewelry, any makeup, any piercings, any nail polish. Pretty much come as I am. My surgeon's appointment, which was later that afternoon, I met with several people. I've met with the nurse. I gave her my paperwork for my FLMLA forms for my short-term disability because I'm going to be out of work for 3 weeks. And the first week I'm taking my vacation, so the weeks after I would need, some money. So I have short-term and long-term disability with my job. I just needed them to fill out the paperwork so I can get that covered. Also, I met with the nurse practitioner, and she did a history on me because their systems pretty much got wiped out or whatever, and so every patient was considered a new patient since they updated and transferred the systems or whatever. And let's see. I went over with her, they just pretty much said that out of all their weight loss surgery patients, I'm one of the healthiest ones, so I don't have any pre-existing conditions. I'm trying to end them before they happen, meaning I don't have diabetes, I don't have high blood pressure, I don't have any other comorbidity conditions to where it's necessary for me to get surgery, but it's necessary for me to get surgery because I'm in obese category. Then I met with my nutritionist. I told her about my mishaps on day 2 of my pre-op diet, and she said that was okay because my options of choice were I was out, started my day off good. You can check back to the video of that day, which was day 2, and I confessed of everything. I'm keeping it real, okay? I pretty much, we were out. I had a protein bar. I wanted to use my coupon for GNC. I had a $5 coupon, so GNC had the Oh Yeah 1 bars on sale, 2 for $4, so I ended up getting those. I got a birthday cake, and I also got a blueberry cobbler. I ate half of the birthday cake and half of the blueberry cobbler. I told her all of this. And I tracked it in my Fitness Pal so she can actually, because I knew she was going to probably ask me this question, She's like, okay, how many grams of protein did it have, and how many carbohydrates did it have? I told her it had 12 grams of carbs because it was just half of the bar, plus fiber, but I don't think they want me to count fiber. They want me to count total carbs, which is going to be an adjustment for me because coming from doing low carb and keto, I count net carbs. So that's something I gotta, mentally prepare myself to do. Then I told her that night I had some low sodium chicken bone broth. Excuse me, gassy. And I took 2 eggs and I scrambled them in to make homemade egg drop soup. I also told her about this as well. She says it's okay, but just don't do it again because the whole purpose of your liquid diet is to prepare you mentally. And I understood this completely, and I appreciate them explaining it to me in detail. She's like, the whole purpose of your pre-op diet, number 1, is to shrink your liver. Your liver has to be small enough for your surgeon to be able to perform your surgery properly. That's number 1. The second thing is to mentally prepare you for your life that you're going to have post-op surgery as far as the first 2 weeks. I have a 2-week liquid diet post-operatively with some modifications that she mentioned, and I'll get to that in a second. And pretty much just to prepare you for the restriction that you're going to have post-operatively with the liquid diet. So this is the last bit of my breakfast. I pretty much used some coffee and 2 scoops of this whey and soy protein powder from Kroger. As you can see here, it has 25 grams of protein, but you need 2 scoops in order to get those 25 grams of protein. So I'm at my last 2 scoops, and I don't think I'm going to use that one anymore because I'll just stick with the liquid protein from Premier Protein, and I'm going to get the Gene Pro unflavored protein powder to put in my puddings and things like that. Let's see what else. Then I met with my surgeon afterwards. Yeah, that's cold. Protein's starting to cake up, see? I don't know if you can see it, but it's starting to cake up at the bottom. See the chunks? So I won't use that anymore after I'm done with it. I met with my surgeon after the nutritionist, and he asked me if I had any questions. He went over my surgery again. He told me that he's going to remove pretty much 90% of my stomach, and I'll be left with a sleeve that's in the shape of a banana. He says that if they find inside that I have a hiatal hernia, depending on the size of the hiatal hernia, they'll go ahead and repair it. But if it's any larger, they won't be able to perform the surgery. I said, well, how can you tell if you have a hiatal hernia or not? He said, we won't be able to tell until actually going in because there's no really symptoms for a patient to know if they have a hiatal hernia or not. And so I was like, okay, well, based off that and based off what I've researched, there's an extra bit of pain that goes in that coincides with just the incisional pain from the gastric sleeve along with the hiatal hernia repair. So that's something I have to prepare for as well. Getting back to the nurse practitioner and the nurse, that she pretty much told me that they're going to give me, as far as pain medications, they're going to give me gabapentin. Now, I've taken gabapentin before, so I know how it affects you and things like that. And I mentioned to the nurse practitioner, how is that going to affect me if I'm, don't have anything in my system? They tell me it works better on an empty stomach. So, lucky me. But here's where it gets a little tricky. For my pre-op, the last 3 days of my pre-op, they want me to start taking my gabapentin. So, I'm going to go today, while I'm out and about, and see if my prescription has been sent in to Kroger, because Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I have to start taking the gabapentin 3 times a day. Day of surgery, I stop it. Day after surgery, I pick it up again. See what I'm saying? So that's a little weird, but she says that the doctor does not have a problem prescribing narcotics, but that's just one of the pain meds that they start you off with. If you need more, they'll give you more. So I said that was a good thing. They also said that because of the medications that I take now, pretty much I take citalopram for my anxiety. I take the multivitamin. I take vitamin B1. I take vitamin D3 once a week. And I told her, well, vitamin D I take every Monday. So they told me the night before surgery, take your vitamin D, which is Sunday. And on the day of surgery, you can take your anxiety medication. Then when the nutritionist came in and I was talking to her about, what I did on Tuesday, I also mentioned to her, what's this that you're telling me that I need to carb up the day before surgery? And their idea of carving up is pretty much I'll take a 32-ounce regular Gatorade or Powerade, not the Powerade Zero or not the G2 Gatorade. I'll take 32 ounces of that, take 16 ounces the night before surgery, before midnight, because I'll be NPO after midnight, technically. And then the morning of surgery, when I take my anxiety medication, go ahead and finish the next 32 ounces of the Gatorade the morning of surgery. That's what they consider a carb up prior to surgery. So that's something to look forward to as far as sweetness and flavor and things like that. The day of surgery, I get to the hospital. See, this is where I was confused because the anesthesiologist told me to show up at 10:45, which is close to 3 hours before my surgery. When I met with my surgeon, they told me, be here at 9 o'clock in the morning. If you come in at 10:45, you'll be considered late. I said, okay, that's a good thing. I needed to know that ahead of time. So I'll be at the hospital at 9 o'clock in the morning, and my surgery isn't until 1 o'clock, I think. And they said the surgery should be like an hour and a half, the most. If any complications, it can go up to 3 hours, which, like I said, they said I'm one of their healthiest patients that they have that's going in for weight loss surgery. I don't have, really nothing. And that pretty much was it. So that's all I had yesterday for my preoperative appointments. I have to be at the hospital at 9 o'clock in the morning. Our surgery's going to be at 1 something that afternoon. Oh, I told her, what is the nutritionist? I said, what would be required of me as far as fluid intake, after surgery? She says, you're just required in any shape or form to get 16 ounces of fluids in, and you can go home. So that's pretty much just like a bottle of water, right? Cool. I asked about, because I know in some preoperative videos that I looked at, I also asked about the Lovenox injections. And she says it depends on case-to-case basis. If you have a history, blood clotting issues, then we would, we'll go ahead and prescribe you that or whatever. So nothing wrong with that. I asked about if they're going to put a catheter in. She said more than likely, like I said, it's like on a case-to-case basis. But I will get the spirometer, for the pneumonia factor post-operatively and things like that. So just have to wait a few more days, guys. Okay. See what happens when you lose 100 pounds already? Anyway, I will check in with you guys later today to update you on my day 4 of my pre-op liquid diet. In the meantime, sorry for a long video. I just want to be, detailed with everything that's going on. Check in with you guys later.